Now, as somebody that's been covering Resident Evil leaks for quite some time, I think we're going on 4 years now, when it comes to Resident Evil leaks, they tend to be complete garbage, right? I mean, we can even look at the previous Resident Evil title that released. When it comes to Resident Evil 4, we ended up getting flooded with garbage Resident Evil leaks, and I can count with one hand how many leaks ended up being true. But it's worth noting that in today's video, we're going to be discussing something else that I've also talked about on the channel, and that's the Resident Evil leaks that do tend to have a very high likelihood of being true. Mostly around like the 70 to 80% range. Now, it's worth noting that even though it's a higher chance, that does not necessarily mean that every time you hear this type of leak that it 100% means that it's true, right? You always have to be very careful when it comes to leaks. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So I think a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, I've been kind of late just because I've been, busy with work and stuff, but we did get some screenshots for the new Resident Evil, the movie thing that's happening. Now, the thing with leaks I should preface is that when it comes to Resident Evil leaks, the movies, they tend to be correct, which is funny. So we're actually going to bring up the leaks for the Resident Evil movie because it's been a while since I've actually covered it. It's been a couple of months since we've seen any Zach Cregger's. New plot details for Zach Cregger's Resident Evil revealed as filming begins. First plot, according to Prague Morning, the Resident Evil has begun filming in Prague. The scenes begin shooting in the Baradov studios. Recently, in an interview with Hollywood, Cregger said the Resident Evil script is done. He has already storyboarded the entire film. That's an original screenplay, by the way. It's a weird story. I wrote it and I love the story. It has nothing to do with any other Resident Evil movies. If I do my job, it will feel fresh, edgy, and weird. That's interesting that he said that has nothing to do with any other Resident Evil movies. Because he stated in the past that, he didn't state in the past, there was some plot details. Well, this is official. Scooper Daniel RPK reported that Gregor's Resident Evil will reportedly include multiple references to the games, including RCPD Jacket, Umbrella, Raccoon City. Speaking to Inverse, Gregor said his Resident Evil film will be an original story set in the universe and will not include any characters from the games. Yeah, okay, so he did officially say this in Inverse, so this was confirmed. But it's interesting that he just finished the script, by the way. This was because he started shooting in September. So this was what, 2 months ago? This was in August. So he finished the script in August, then he's shooting in September, right? I think it started in September 26th. Continued. I'm not going to tell Leon's story because Leon's story is told in the games. Fans already have that. Yeah, so he already says he's not going to include any characters from the games. I did want to go back here and look at Daniel RPK. That's what we were here for. I want to go here. I want to look. Zach Cregger's new Resident Evil will reportedly include multiple references to the games, including the RCPD Jacket, Umbrella, and Raccoon City. Leaked plot details sound promising. Yeah, okay, so here we go. So as mentioned, when it comes to Resident Evil movie leaks, they're way more credible. Like, they have a way better track record than when it comes to the games. Because I guess it's easier to look at movies, right? It's a collaborative effort. There's so many people. It's hard to kind of keep everything under wraps when it comes to movies. Yeah, okay, we already know that what it's about. The new movie is rumored to revolve around an Oregon courier who stumbles into a full-blown horror while working at a night shift in Raccoon City. But here's the leak synopsis as per Daniel RPK. Brian, a laid-back Oregon carrier, is that organ like an organ, like the instrument, or organ like as in like harvesting organs, is sent on a late night delivery to Raccoon City General Hospital. En route through a snowy mountain road, he accidentally hits a strange woman with his car. She survives, but something is very wrong. As he tries to help, Brian stumbles into a full-blown outbreak involving horrifying tentacle-based mutations and bioengineered monstrosities. Resident Evil cast who is in it. Austin Abrams is the lead in Zach Cregger's Resident Evil, and if the above synopsis is true, he's playing the Brian character. Abrams got his big break in horror, playing Ron Anderson. Yeah, okay, I don't know this guy. Abrams also appeared. Yeah, okay. Right, so now we're going to look at the new information, the new photos, and it's actually showing that it's snowing. So part of this, he did specifically say that en route through a snowy mountain road. So maybe, it is snowing in the pictures, but this is not Raccoon City. Street adjacent to Negrelli Viaduct in Prague's Karlin district were blanketed in a light-covered artificial snow over the past week for production on Resident Evil filming. Zach Cregger's new adaptation of the popular video game franchise kicked off in Czechia in mid-October and is slated to run through January. In the Karlin neighborhood of Prague 8, an action scene involving snow, Gunfire, explosions, and fast driving was filmed on October 29th to November 2nd. Residents and visitors passing through the area were greeted with a light cover of snow throughout the week as production in Resident Evil took place primarily during the night hours. Going by props visible on the Prague set, Kreger's new Resident Evil film will take place in the fictional US locale of Raccoon City. The primary location used in the earlier games, the city map of the metro stations could be spotted on the bus station used for filming. Amusingly, Prague's Indian by Nature restaurant was transformed into the Oak Street Diner for the location shoot. So wait a second, this is Raccoon City. So the leak was actually true. This is what I'm saying. Resident Evil movie leaks are goated. Resident Evil game leaks are complete trash. So wait. So he's going to Raccoon City General Hospital, but the reason I thought that it was incorrect was because it's saying that this is in, it said before that this was in, there's a police car. There's a police car that says Chicago, or says the Martin County. Okay, that was a different article that I read. Because there's a different article. Yeah, Martin County. What the frick is Martin County? So I'm assuming maybe it's set, because I heard from another article that Martin County looks like it was going to be in Chicago area or whatever, but Martin County isn't a real place. But if we're seeing that this is Raccoon City, that's crazy. wait. So I'm just laughing because, as mentioned, it seems like this leak is true. The new movie's, Oregon courier who stumbles a full-blown horror. He goes through a late-night delivery to Raccoon City General Hospital en route through a snowy mountain road. He accidentally hits a strange woman with a scar. She survived, but something's very wrong. But what's interesting is that it says that there's like tentacle-based mutations and bioengineered monstrosity. Why is there tentacle? Unless it's like Nemesis. So, and also, what is Oak Street Diner? That just makes me think of Tall Oaks Cathedral. That makes me think of Tall Oaks Cathedral. Oak Street Diner. Yeah, I don't know. While the exact location... Oh, here we go. Okay, so is not specified in the games. Multiple cars with Colorado plates. That's what it was. Okay, so it was in Colorado. Sorry. I was confused. I thought it was Chicago. Sorry, I'm not American. So, okay, this is where it says this. So it says it was Colorado. So Colorado, yeah, like just like they said, the exact location of Raccoon City has always been just the Midwest. It's never specified exactly where it is, but it's also weird that they're shooting this in Prague. Like, I know a lot of productions have been going to Prague because I guess it's cheaper to shoot, but why did they, like, these buildings don't look American at all, but I guess Raccoon City doesn't look like an American city. It looks kind of weird. Like, it looks like a Japanese person's idea that's never been, like a Japanese person who's never been to America's interpretation of what an American town is. So I'm assuming that's the case. A Martin County Sheriff's vehicle with Colorado could also be seen. There's still no real life Martin County. Yeah, okay, that's what I read from in a different article. The Carlin shoot marked one of the largest action sequences filmed for Resident Evil in Prague so far. According to city officials, the production representatives' nighttime filming ran from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. daily between October 29th and November 2nd. The American production, supported locally by Still King Films, brought extensive special effects to the area, including artificial snow, simulated gunfire, and high-speed vehicle stunts. Filming centered around Jiriskova and Malecho streets, which were closed to traffic for the duration of the shoot. Sections of Pernarova or Vitkova streets also saw restricted access. Location notices distributed for residents detailed the planned closure and requested that indoor lights remain off during filming to preserve the dark, atmospheric visuals of the nighttime action scenes. It's such a weird spot to make Raccoon City. So it seems to me like, at first I thought maybe this was like in a completely different location, but no, the leak seems to be 100% true so far. The only thing I can kind of see as to what's happening, because it said horrifying tentacle-based mutations and bioengineered monstrosities. The only thing that makes me think of is it makes me think of Resident Evil 3's Nemesis, like goons, or I guess not goons. What do I talk? Like, what are they called? Like the Nemesis BOWs? What are they called? Shoot, I forgot the enemy types. You know, the ones that have like the eye or whatever? That's what that makes me think, right? Because I mean, Nemesis has tentacles, but that's the only one that makes me think that. I don't know. What do you guys think? No, that sheriff car has Pennsylvania license plates. Sorry, it has look at the license plate. It says Pennsylvania. Does it? Let's actually look at that. Let's go back. Okay, let's zoom in. Wait, hold on. I'm actually gonna bring this up to my editing software. I'm gonna save. Well, I can't see it. Pennsylvania license plate. And then Colorado license plate. Let's double check this. Okay, well, I don't know which one is the real one. I mean, it kind of looks like Colorado. Look, it looks like it's the green one. It literally has the mountains, which makes sense with Colorado. There's a red one, and like, there's also different colored ones, but it seems like green one is the standard. That does look like a standard. Oh, my fault. That is Colorado plates. Yeah. I mean, what do the Pennsylvania look? Do they look similar? Pennsylvania. No, they kind of looks like the Quebec. It kind of looks like the Quebec license plate. I mean, Quebec license plate is all blue. This one has like a yellow bottom. I'm not American, so I'm just relating to like, yeah, let's look at Quebec. Let's see. Right? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. It kind of gives me Quebec vibes, not gonna lie. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, but yeah, Colorado has the mountains, so I guess that's why it's easy to tell because of the mountaintops. So I mean, it would make sense. Like I said, it is in the Midwest. Pennsylvania wouldn't really make much sense for Raccoon City, and it does seem like that's the case, right? I'm gonna get out of this. It does seem like that's the case, because especially since one of the pictures showcases Raccoon City. Let's look at the other pictures. Bus stop. So he said it's not going to involve any Resident Evil. The director already stated that. He said it's not going to showcase any Resident Evil characters. But this was before he completely finished the script. So it wouldn't be far-fetched if he runs into Claire, or I guess not Claire. I guess no. You know what? If he's actually going to keep stuff with the lore of the games, he wouldn't showcase other characters. Unless it was like Outbreak or something, but that's like, I'm not gonna ascertain that. Yeah, especially with all of the stuff that he was saying before. The director was kind of making excuses before, but that was before he wrote the script, right? So I don't know if maybe later on he realized like maybe I should lock in and make something that's with the games 100%. But I don't know how much of a fan he is, right? There's so many directors out there that have said that they're all fans. Every director for Resident Evil, for the live action movies, or even like the Netflix show, have said that they're fans. Let's continue reading. During filming, we understand this may be disturbing, so these scenes will be carried out with respect for nighttime quiet hours. Carlin sequence follows early production in North Bohemian town of Limo, where the crew filmed in mid-October with large-scale stunts. Visual effects stage in Prague. Czech capital once again doubles for an American city. Arola has filmed in numerous international projects, notably Guillermo del Toro's Blade 2, also filmed near the Negrelli more than 2 decades ago. Czech production company Still King Films is managing the local shoot of Resident Evil, continues long track. Interesting, I didn't, okay. Gray Man, Spider-Man Far From Home, location assistant, oh, okay. I didn't know Spider-Man Far From Home was shot there. Architectural diversity, adaptable, but that was, yeah, Far From Home was when he went to like Europe, which convincingly stands for cities across North America and Europe. Director Kreger, who's 20 Barbarian, this year's weapons, both earned praise. Yeah. Austin Abrams leads the cast as a courier tasked with delivering an antidote in a city ravaged by the infection. The ensemble also features Zach Cherry, Severance, True Detective, John O. Wilson, Twisted Metal, Paul Walter Hauser, photography, known for his collaboration with Ridley Scott and Pirates of the Caribbean. Production has also been allocated 191. Wait, oh, that's Czech. Okay, that's Czech money. I was like, what the frick? Okay, so 9 million in support for the Czech Audiovisual Fund, reflecting a total local spend estimated to around 36 million. Wow. So this is already a way bigger budget as opposed to Resident Evil 2000. No, it's like, I want to do the movie. First movie budget, I think it was 29 million, 33 million. And then Welcome to Raccoon City was Welcome to Raccoon City. Sorry, my microphone is in the way, so it's kind of weird. I'm like typing like this. 25 million. I heard it was 29 million, but I mean, this is just Google AI, so like whatever. It's like roughly around it. Co-produced Sony's TriStar, Constantine Films, scheduled for a US release on September 18th. Interesting. That's interesting. So it seems like the leaked plot details from Daniel RPK was 100% true. We do know that it's actually in Raccoon City. We know that their filming is starting. This is very interesting. I did not expect this to be in Raccoon City, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. He was kind of already making excuses, is what I wanted to say. He's made a ton of excuses in that first interview that came out. So that's the only thing that has me concerned. Also, well, not the only. There's also the other fact that it's getting run by Constantine Films, right? Because you're the only production company that has the rights. Obviously, I think they did like share the rights with PlayStation. Co-produced by Sony TriStar's Film, Constantine Film, and PlayStation. Yeah, so it's being co-produced by all of these. Because as mentioned, Constantine Films, these are the production company that's been owned, that has owned the sole rights to making live action Resident Evil movies. So this is why I'm super concerned about this movie. Doesn't matter if you have an amazing director. Doesn't matter if you have an amazing cast. Doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, these guys love to get involved. They think they know what is going to make them a lot of money, even though they failed how many times. The only reason they think that they know what they're doing is 100% correct is because of all of the Resident Evil movies that came before that made them like $1 billion. All of the Mila Jovovich combined, and most of that money came from outside of the US, right? It was like international markets. So yeah, so those are the only guys that's one of my biggest concerns. But yeah. Now, for those of you that don't know, I ended up making a second channel where I've been posting content like this that you won't see on the main channel. But in any case, thank you so much for watching.